decided to get some something a little bit different. Not different. I didn't even say different. Different for me anyway. I've had some solar bank sticks for many years, and what I've done, I've gone to the shop and I've decided to get some Jag. So I'm going to sell the other bank sticks because I wanted these ones. Yeah? These are Jag, made in the British Isles, 316. And I also bought the buzzer bars as well. You only can see there. It's got a little spiky type thing on the end with 3 equal sides on it, like a pyramid. I like them. So I've got the bank stick, 4 bank sticks, buzzer bars, stage stands, which you can see now, and I have to say they look absolutely fantastic. The whole purpose of stage stands is for them to be solid, true and lock up. Now when I've actually used these and I've put them in position and I've locked them and adjusted them, they're perfect. Now why did I get the actual 316? Is it called 316? 316 range. Because they marry up with the carbon stuff, which I'm going to get rid of. This is the Century carbon. I don't like this because I don't get on with it. I just don't get on with it. But this is the real reason why I've chose these ones, is because this is a solar, and it's about saving money, because I don't want to start buying everything if I can get something like this. This is the spike that goes in here and locks it off in place in the ground. So that goes into the ground and that tightens up onto it, as you can see there, and it locks the bank stick in place. Now I didn't really want to replace this, but I was fed up of using these. Yeah, I didn't want to use these anymore. They look nice, they look pretty, but when it's in gravel, that kind of thing, you want something that's more durable, like that. So when it's more durable like that, I'm happier. And I'm not losing these thumb screws as well, because I have dropped them accidentally. Took these thumb screws out here accidentally and nearly lost them. It took me about half an hour, 40 minutes to find one once in thick grass. Where these, you unscrew it, locks it off, unscrew, locks off. Good bit of kit. Now I've gone for the newer versions, which are the closer together, compact. Look alright, don't they? Now we only got these because of the butt rest. I bought the butt rest first because they're locked down, and then, to be honest, my solar gear was getting a little bit worn out, and I've still got the solar bank stick section there. Now I kind of think they're cool. I like them. Now these snag gears, they're just off the internet. They're just cheap ones off the internet, but I tend to like them. They're cool. Gone back to the delts, as you can see, and I've even got some Corda bobbins there, and the solar bank stick stabilizers even. Good bit of kit. What's that? Is a poop?
Yes.
Entertainment at its highest level. Not quite Blue Peter, is it, Flynn? Is it enjoying the poop? What we have got is some marinara. Time away, me and Flynn. Flynn's just like kind of doing his own thing now, and I'm just trying to take note. I've been trying to take note of areas of the lake where I think it's great to put a lead when we're fishing, when the water level's back up again. There's quite a few of them really. But I have noticed this is a perfect opportunity to have a look at the reservoir when it's half empty to see where you'd fish. I mean, clearly it'd be stupidity to fish with the lead amongst these rocks. You're just going to get your line damaged, tackle lost, and even fish tethered. Now look at this. Look at that. Flat stone wall, flat. And can you see the strip here? This is a concrete strip. If I can get bait on this concrete strip right here, when the water level's up, and then I'd be in 3 foot of water, that'd be perfect. You know, the fish will come down the reservoir in the margins, and I'll show you something. This strip here, right there, and you can see there's a strip where the stone starts and the brick wall starts. That's where the fish follow the contours, and when they come down this lake, when it's full of water, yeah, they come down and they end up being here in this corner where the warmer water gets pushed throughout the day. Excuse the planes, there's loads of planes come over here. There's big planes everywhere. Oh, shut up, plane. Have you heard him? Hey? Mr. Noisy Aeroplane. So the water will push in and push in and push in, and this is like the point of a triangle here. If you look at this from there right away to that corner there, this is where all the wind and debris gets pushed into. Perfect spot. So this is a really good spot to put your baits down on the reservoir, right? But unfortunately we're down to the rocks. The rod's on the edge of the rocks, and I'm fishing along the dam wall where there's a little seam. I'm keeping on the seam between the rocks and the bricks, and that's where I'm hoping to catch a fish when they move in. But currently they're right over on the other side of the reservoir where we're not allowed to fish. Isn't that always typical? I think they're not stupid, are they? They're not stupid. But look at it, water level is really far down now. I think we're about 20 foot deep, shallower, yeah, about 20 foot. And they're currently pumping out of this for drinking water, supposedly, don't quote me on this, 200 litres, million litres a day. 200 million litres a day. Interesting though. Here's the debris again, look at this. I'll show you. Right on the edge of the brickwork, there's a concrete, and there's the debris which collects. Can you see it? So this is what happens on the bottom of the lake. Got a couple of tennis balls there. Yeah, another plane. And again, as it washes down, another ball where a dog's been lost it. Can you see it? And that's the debris. This is all the debris that gets washed down the lake. Can you see it? Or lake or reservoir, whatever you want to call it. And this is where it becomes gravel. Now all the stones that get moved along becomes like a little beach. Yeah? Can you see that? Look at that. And that white strip across there is exactly where the water level usually is. So when you get this opportunity to take a look at a lake, have a look at it. That's what we've got here. I wonder where that got to. Somebody taken off the lock, off the gate. Now we know where it is. Flint's decided to make himself a little house out of sticks while we're fishing. You know, making himself all comfy like. And a little fire there for a night time. He's not going to light it obviously, but he's just now on his phone playing computer games, just chilling out. Comical, isn't it? Now this would be perfect if you can look at this ground. This is all gravel. This is what a lot of people like to fish on top of, gravel, which is generally cleared out by fish or for gravel workings. And as you can look at the lake here, the bottom of the lake, would be the bottom of the lake. There's the debris. Now, do you remember I was telling you about when the wind blows down the lake and brings all the debris into the side? Well, this is a result of it, and this is exactly what happens on most lakes. I'm just fishing where it's usually underwater. It's currently summer. Well, it's the end of summer and the water level is right down where that white strip right away across that brick part of the dam is where the water level usually is. And these are the bricks. The bricks, small stones that make the most of the lake reservoir, should I say. Well, these are the stones which make most of the reservoir. And most of these features, the edge of the trees, the tree lines, usually on the edge of the water or just underneath the water. And my rods, I'll just walk further down the lake. And here, now this is the spot where most of the fish, and you notice a few golf balls there, people are knocking golf balls into the reservoir, because we'll be right underwater now. Currently we'll be in about 20 foot of water on this spot here. Flynn's just chilling out up there. But as you can see, as you get further past the end of the rocks, you get the silt starts to appear. Can you see it? Which is just in between the rocks, plenty of soil. Still no fish though. This kind of is the future. Well, it's a future for me anyway, and quite a few people around Stale Bridge and Greater Manchester. Water like this doesn't come across, we don't come across every day, where you have the opportunity, the chance to try and make a difference. Now, when we first got the water, the whole point of the water was to catch the existing big fish in here. Now, we know there's some big roach, we know there's some big perch, and there's a load of other things in there as well. But loads of trout there is not, because we've been looking at it, surveying the water for the last 12 months. There isn't a lot of trout. Also, there's only a handful of big carp. Well, no, I wouldn't call big carp, to be honest. A decent sized carp. We don't even know how old they were. But the new stock is coming on. They went in for just £6. They're now coming out 9 months later over £10. That's brilliant, that. It's only going to get better. And they seem to patrol along this dam wall, and they seem to follow the brickwork all the way around the lake. And as you can see, you see the gravel and the brickwork right along the seam of the brickwork at the tip where the trees meets the end of the brickwork. That's where the fish seem to go, and right down the other end of the lake where the inlet is. And when it's right the way down there and you look at it, I'm not going to walk around there today because it's too far. I've got all my gear just over there and my son's playing. But right down there is where, if the wind's pushing down there, the fish go. But when the wind is pulling this way, they come down here. Now, I have got some baits in the margins here, and they're still here. And when I first arrived, there was a lot of dark water here, cloudy water, where fish have been basically churning up the bottom. And there's a seam of silt across all these bricks at this lower part of the lake, and it's deeper. And this is where they were. But for some reason, they disappeared. They went over to the other side. They'll come back again. It's gin clear, this water. It's drinking water. It's utter drinking water, that's what it is. Lovely, lovely, lovely reservoir. In time, we're going to get some pegs in there. Some specialist bivvy pegs. But you've got to learn how to fish it. This isn't the same kind of fishing you get in the usual place. This is learning how this water works, fishing it the only way you can fish it. You know, finding spots, clear spots, areas of the lake where fish will go into and where you're fishing safely. That's the most difficult thing about this place. But you know what, those planes come over a lot. Manchester Airport this is the runway. Well, the route where the planes go to the runway, Manchester Airport, should I say. Nice water though, it is a nice water. Well, the sun's starting to set now. 6 o'clock, goes dark at 8:30. September, start of September. Don't forget, if you're looking to do some testing of the bait and you meet the needs, the criteria we're looking for people, in a nutshell, we've got a clue. And that sounds very elitist, you know, but I want to make sure I get the right people who have a look at it before we launch it in April next year, because it's not just a ploy just to get loads of people using bait. I want people to test things, look at things, and I want it done right. Another plane's coming over again. It's like the A1 pits, this place, isn't it? But with planes. There it goes, another plane. What do you do about that? Right overhead, that is. Now the lake now is absolutely flat calm, and I can't do any more now except for wait for those fish to slowly move round to the baited spots. And if they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. There's not a lot I can do about that. What do we do? What do we do? Shame we can't night fish this place, because I'm sure at night time the fish will come out of here. I think they will. I just can't night fish it. It's peaceful though, isn't it? It's very peaceful. Anyway, like and subscribe. Press that bell button. Get notifications, yeah? Give that a like. Give it a thump, yeah? Smash that bell button. Too chilled out, to be honest, to be ranting and raving. Anyway, I'm going to go back to the tent. Umbrella even. Such a big water and so few fish. And the distant cries of the sheep up on the moor, bleating away, and the birds flying in the sky. Serene, isn't it? It really is truly serene. And this is a moment when people say, wow, why, Carl, why do you go fishing? Why is it you go fishing? Now, and it is to do with actually catching fish and trying to hunt them down and trying to catch a big carp, and, you know, all these different things we do on fishing is what we do it for. But it's moments like this actually when, you know, and sometimes it's just good to be on your own with the swifts skimming across the water's edge. The ducks just gently paddling across a quiet water like now. And the chavs playing drum and bass in the cars when they're passing.